sea. From the sea to the river.
Palestine will live forever.
From the river to
When Kashmir is under attack, what do we do?
depends on who. What a fantastic march, everyone! We marched through Cardiff and let everyone know that Palestine will be free from the river to the sea. Okay, we have some speeches here, and I want everyone to give a big round of applause for every single one of them. The first, Sabrine Husband, she's a Palestinian Italian lecturer and author. Please give a big round of applause to Sabrine.
Okay. Hello everyone, and as some Italians are saying this day at the protest occupying the whole of the country, you are beautiful as a free Palestine. When I was asked if I could write something for today, I found myself quite wordless. So what I thought it was the right thing to do, it was to reach to all my Palestinian friends and all my Palestinian family and ask them, please help me, please give me your words so that I can share them with Cardiff at the march on Saturday. And I had some answers, and I'm not gonna read all the answers I had, but some of them, because I think that the voice that we use to protest is stronger when it's a collective voice, when it's the voice of all the Palestinians we know, when it's the voice of all our pro-Palestinian friends that we know. And so I'm just gonna read from the messages I received from Palestinians in the diaspora, from the US to Europe, from people in the West Bank, from people in Gaza. Some of them asked me to remain anonymous for safety reasons. Some of them asked me to please actually share their name with you. So the first is from Anonymous, and it says, I have no words either, and very little hope. I have seen this all my life, this pain, and nothing has ever changed. But I can say at least one thing, that in more than 40 years, this is the first time that there is a real movement. From Alex. At the beginning, I was not even paying attention. I'm young, I'm far away, I am okay. I thought others will do something, but now I see how no matter the strikes, the marches, the protests, a lot of people still do not listen. But everyone needs to do something. We need to do more. We need to stop these massacres that goes against any sense of civilization. From Petra. It seems to me that people look away from the genocide in Palestine because they cannot conceptualize that what is happening to real people, just like them. People with the same feelings, sensations, emotions, and consciousness as them. Every child buried once lost teeth, shed tears when they fell over, laughed at a joke. They are real people, the same as any of us. And the only reason they are there and we are here is entirely luck. I feel we cannot care, be their voice, pay attention. Sorry, let me read it again. I feel that if we cannot care and be their voice and pay attention, then we cannot be human. from Lamar. We grew up with the idea that we have to prove to everyone who we are. All our life is about growing up to become the perfect example, to show people who Palestinians are. And maybe this is one of the reasons I did art, because you think that by playing on international stages all the time, you are carrying a voice. But now, this does not mean anything anymore. After these 2 years, nothing means anything anymore. Why should we even carry a message to the world when the world has decided we are not equal? When the world does not even recognize you as a human being? We have always been considered less, and we are trying to convince ourselves that one day, if we raise our voices, if we show who we are, we will be seen as equal. But now it's clear that whatever we do, we will never be seen as human. This is especially true for young Palestinians who have tried so hard in the past years. Rania from the West Bank. I no longer recognize myself after the genocide. Nothing holds meaning while my people are being killed, starved, and exterminated. Food has no taste, life has no taste, nothing carries meaning anymore. I have lost all faith in the international system and in the hollow discourse of the so-called human rights. Yet, despite this devastation, I refuse to surrender to despair. I believe the immense sacrifices of my people will not be in vain. I dream of freedom, of justice, of liberation, of the day when... Dear friends, dear free people, those who hear our call, in my name, in the name of my family, and in the name of our Palestinian people, both in the homeland and in the diaspora, we salute you and your impactful, sincere, and powerful demonstrations. We have followed these protests since their inception, coinciding with the start of the war of extermination against our Palestinian people in Gaza in October 2023. We saw in you the hope rising for our people and our nation. While the Zionist enemy viewed you as a fleeting phenomenon destined to be forgotten, we saw in you a ray of light renewed weekly. While the Zionist enemy thought you were people who would be deterred by threats and scattered by their vile, intimidating statements, here we are, after 2 years of this prolonged war of extermination, telling you that your movement has achieved what was once deemed impossible. Who would have thought that major European countries, once submissive to American-Israeli dominance, would recognize the state of Palestine? Who would have thought that Israel would become a pariah state due to its criminal and shameful terrorist behavior? Who would have thought that the leaders and soldiers of the occupation would be pursued in many countries around the world? But my message to you is this: stay with Gaza. Stay with the children of Gaza, the elderly of Gaza, its men and women. The desired goal has not yet been achieved. The war has not stopped, the occupation has not ended, and the criminals have not yet faced their just punishment. But rest assured, we are moving in the right direction. Palestine will soon be free. The dawn of freedom is inevitable. The chains of oppressors will break. And the darkest hours of the night, those that precede the dawn, are the ones we are passing through now. In conclusion, I want to state again my profound gratitude to all of you, men and women, elders and children, workers of all kind. Thank you, and may God bless your noble steps. I watch dying pigeons and ask myself if anything is left living for. Disappointment, denial. I have never seen a world like this before. I wonder if I am still living in the same place I once loved to explore. Everything feels temporary, fragile. It is so hard to be human in these times. Yet, some small instinct pushing me still to create, to care, to witness, to imagine, to speak. As a Palestinian, I stare at nature, at trees that still grow, questioning humanity, questioning belonging, nationality, faith, and hope. realizing that all these words mean nothing. Tamir, I will do anything for a free Palestine. Norma, the future
Who's been embodying that struggle for many, many years. You'll recognise him potentially from speaking on Al Jazeera and TNT. He's someone who is a political analyst for Sudan, an independent political analyst, but also an activist and a revolutionary for Sudan. Please give a big round of applause for al-Bashir Idris.
Brothers and sisters, right now in Sudan, entire families are being starved and bombed into silence. Starvation is being used as a weapon of war, just like in Gaza. Children are dying while the rich and powerful profit from destruction. These are not separate struggles. Sudan and Palestine are mirrors of one another. They are both front lines in a global system that values profit and power over people's lives. We must remember that every bomb that falls, every child that goes hungry, and every family that is displaced is not just a tragedy, it's a policy choice. And those who choose to look away are complicit. But this fight is not only over there, it is also right here in Britain, where fascists and racists walk our streets. They shout at Afghan refugees in Rus to go home, even though those same Afghans risk their whole lives helping the British military. Shame. They want us divided. They want us silent. We cannot allow that to happen. Because today, or rather yesterday, it was Afghans. Today, it's going to be Sudanese and Palestinians, and tomorrow, it will be you. Our solidarity must cross every border. As such, one of our demands is simple. Safe routes for Sudanese and Palestinian refugees, just as safe routes were created for Ukrainians. No one fleeing genocide, famine, or war should have to risk their life in the sea or be met with barbed wire and hostility. But that won't happen under leaders who thrive on hate, under people like Nigel Farage, who weaponize fear for political gain. Shame! So we stand together against fascism, against racism, against the hypocrisy that values some lives over others. Whether it's in Khartoum, Gaza, or Cardiff, our fight is the same. Because an injury to one is an injury to all. And our solidarity will always be louder than their hate. Thank you.
Okay, we've seen since the flotilla has been intercepted illegally by Israel, there's been lots of movements around the world coming out strong. One of the strongest and most inspirational is the general strike called in Italy. And on that note, we need to be asking and demanding more from our trade unions. And that is why our next speakers are two militant trade unionists. Shaz Salim, who's a recipient of the Blair Peach Award, and João Felix, who is one of the driving forces behind this movement.
I will be remiss to not follow the call from Comrade Bash, and to say that the fight for a free Palestine and the fight against racism and against fascism are the same. We saw that in Israel inviting Tommy Robinson. We saw that in the speeches of Farage, on the fact that in Rus, the far-right protesters, the fascist protesters there taunt us saying, where is your Gaza gone? Gaza is here. And we will not go away. We'll fight fascism both at home and abroad. And that is why it's so important to defeat our enemies inside, to defeat reform and make the trade union leaders to follow the rank and file. General strike now! General strike now! General strike now! Palestine now! Solidarity.
Hi everyone. Okay, first of all, like most of you, if someone asks you to speak about Gaza, you think, well, what can I say? What can I say that you all don't already know? All of you who are here because you support Gaza, you support Palestine, you're standing here in solidarity, you all know exactly what's going on. So I don't really want to repeat myself too much and tell you the things that you all know. But one thing I will say, I come across lots of people who say to me, well, what can I do? I mean, you guys probably all know, but we need to carry on spreading the message of boycotting, divesting. It's not enough for the UK to have, support, recognise the state of Palestine. It's not enough. What are we going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? What are we in our unions going to do about it? How are we going to hold people accountable? Okay, so we need to make sure that we're boycotting, we're divesting, we're pushing people in our workplaces, we're doing anything and whatever is possible, fundraising, whatever it is. Okay, so I'm not going to say too much more, and that's it from me. Thank you.